and we're here for the third NAPA Truck Series race of the season. We're here at Texas for 84 laps where we are ready to get things going here. 34 trucks are ready to take on 84 laps with Juan starting on the pole. The rookie has won his second consecutive pole and his second career pole as a rookie. With Luke to his outside, and we have a big list of rookies here in this top 10, all on this inside line. You see Timmy, Riku Sato, Chris, Conroy Rosario up there in the high side on 6. We have a lot of rookies with some great qualifying efforts today. But we head to a track that is slightly similar to Atlanta in terms of tire degradation. Well, Mac, we headed this race today. How do you expect this race to go?
You know, we've seen this place usually end up very wrecky. And sometimes very violent wrecks. We could definitely see some wrecks here, as we saw in Atlanta. There's quite a lot of the wrecks in Atlanta. Maybe not to that scale, but we can see them kind of that scale. This is a wider track, so it's not as hard, it's not as easy to wreck because a lot of Atlanta wrecks are in the turns and with a much wider track, you don't get those wrecks as often. But on the straightaways, you could definitely get some trouble. So I'm very curious to see how these rookies will run this track with it. Maybe going to be racing a bit differently with these new generation of cars.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one today, and Juan led the field to green last week at Atlanta but couldn't hold the lead. Now he has a second opportunity to try and get himself some laps led. Let's go through the starting grid for today's race. In row 1, we have Juan next to Luke. In row 2, Timmy and Casernia. Row 3, that's Riku Sato and Conroy Rosario, a pair of rookies. Row 4, Chris Ganabin next to Mythical, making his first truck start of the year. Back to row 5, Chase and JJO.
Let's go row 6, we have Fortnite T-Fun and PD. Row 7, we have Butler and Jimmer Fredette. Then in row 8, making his second start of the season, is going to be Lev alongside Twan Hamilton. Row 9, our defending winner of this date, winning the truck race last season at Texas, and Brandon Del Pino. Then rounding out our top 20 is going to be a pair of veterans in Lab Nuke and Geno Cap.
Let's go back to row 11 where we have Blade next to Nacho. And in row 12, we have Misty and Saucy Sausage. Row 13, Whiskers next to Lion. In row 14, Raptor and our Atlanta winner, Supercat. And in row 15, the pair of Jan's Racing drivers, Matt and AC.
Let's go to row 16. Got a guy making his first start today in Nathan Scala and Dakota Littleberry. Then rounding out our field in row 17 is going to be Mike Baxter and Elaine.
Yeah, 34 trucks. Isolated was our lone D&Q in the 47. We're ready to go. 84 laps.
Drivers, start your engines!
We are ready to go. Juan and Luke on the front row. Juan, he was the pole sitter last week. Didn't really get to lead any laps. Now he has a second chance at it. And Luke trying to get vengeance after losing out on the win at Atlanta. He starts on the outside with Timmy and Casernia right behind him. Juan the rookie, his second consecutive pole. And to the outside, Luke seeking vengeance after barely losing last race at Atlanta. What's going to happen in 84 laps? Let's find out today. Off turn 4 and into the tri-oval, we are underway at Texas. Juan gets the jump slightly over Luke as we are underway.
We have a leader in turn 1 here, Juan. It'll be to keeping this lead early. He will have to. Oh, a horrible corner for Luke in turn 2. That's going to allow Riku Sato maybe even to clear. Timmy and Juan are waiting, and now Riku Sato to the inside of Timmy. Coming over here where the outside is the preferred line. As everyone's going to fan out with these tires being cold. Everyone's going to be everywhere squirming for grip.
Yeah, everyone scatters to the end of lap 1. We are 3 wide for second already. 3 rookies down on the bottom with Chris Ganabin taking second for for a short bit as here comes Chase as Timmy washes up the racetrack. He's going to lose a few spots. What an awful start for the 15 of Luke from outside pole to outside the top 5 in 1 lap and still falling, but now that inside's available, he's going to jump in it. But the rookie Juan's going to lead some laps here.
Let's see the 04 Chase running him down. The 04 Chase full-time Xfinity driver, running some truck races in addition, mainly for experience purposes. So maybe see if he can grab a win here to start off his weekend. But now he's got the 81 of Chris got on his team owner chasing him down, and now to his inside, looking to take that P2 away from him, but he's not going to have the run for it as Chase will line up behind Juan. And right now, these top 2 are breakaway as the field fans out.
Chase is going to try and grab the lead here. I don't think he's going to be able to clear. Maybe in the turn 1. Juan will lead that lap. What can Chase do down in the turn 1? Will he drive it in? He does. Drives it in. Carries enough momentum, and I think he's clear. He can take it, but he chooses not to. Let's Juan keep that outside lane. Maybe Chase thinks he can ride that truck on that white line down by the bottom, and he'll do basically just that and clear. Chase to the lead, but Juan might have a run.
Juan looking to run in, look for the crossover here, and Chase coming into turn 1. Will he go for it?
No, I don't think so.
He maybe try to go for it, but Chase is going to shut the doors. We have a huge stack up in the back. No idea what's happening here.
Yeah, these are a bunch of drivers that, of course, are in the back. A lot of these guys desperate to get to the front. Some of these guys, of course, first time at this track, just trying to get their footing down, and it is a mess back here. Look at everyone slide up the racetrack. That's just Gino kept in this mess. Same as Blade, Elaine, almost 4 wide there. Raptor's gonna hang on. What a mess back here in the start. Nacho's trying to move forward after a bad qualifying effort. It is chaos back here as Chase holds the lead still. Lyon's gonna drive it in, use up Nacho a little bit, and take that spot as they all continue to race 3 by 3 behind him, while up ahead here, flyby Chase trying to gap, but just can't really form much of a gap right now. Juan is keeping him steady. He has to be perfect or else Juan can strike.
Yeah, as we see, kind of trying to get strung out up front. And look at Mythical to the inside of Fortnite. His team up to the P4 might actually go 2 for 1 here. Could get to the inside of Luke and buy him for P3. This, obviously, one of the most dangerous people in the field. He is a Cup veteran. Doesn't get too many Bushwhack starts, but this is one of them here at Truck Texas.
Ooh, did Chris just slide up into Timmy there? I'm not sure. Chris got a little bit tight, got up the racetrack. Timmy will clear. Good run for him so far inside the top 10. As well as for Chris and Conroy Rosario peeking by him. But how about Fortnite ST Fun? We haven't talked about him back practically at all this season. He's in the top 5. What a great start to his race. Good qualifying effort, and he's staying up here right now. But he's got a lot of veterans right around him. Here's Lab Nuke in the 2.
Yeah, Fortnite SD Fun was pretty dominant on the oval last season, even beat out a cut driver in Maxwell in the Auto Club. But obviously, you have a lot of new guys, some old veterans still here. Maybe Fortnite SD Fun, maybe not seen as a competitor in this field, but maybe trying to disprove that. Still think he's got on these intermediates at least. As now Lab Nuke to the inside of him.
Yeah, what can Lab Nuke do here, running this inside line? I mean, we think the middle lane is the way to go, but we've seen the bottom work a few times. I think what the best thing to do... Ooh, Lab Nuke's gonna get a little bit tight right there. Maybe use up Fortnite ST Fun a little bit. It's gonna work. Get back to his outside, or inside. But usually what is the best thing to do at this racetrack is if you're on the bottom lane and you're racing a guy up ahead of you to your outside, you gotta just drive it in and take it, because that middle lane is usually the preferred lane. So if you're on the bottom, you just gotta drive it in and take it. Labnu couldn't do that, and now under pressure from Luke in the 15, 3 wide for 4th.
These are 3 season 1 guys that stayed for season 2, and what a battle we have here. But it looks like Fortnite's going to clear everybody on that way outside. As meanwhile, the top 3 have started breaking away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, that's Chase still holding the lead. Second start of the year in the Truck Series. Juan in second, the rookie hanging on in Mythical. Mythical went to social media and said, I'm excited to race this guy. I'm excited to race this rookie. He looks fast. Well, we might see a test of that very soon. Top 3 have ran away while behind him. How about Lev in the top 10?
great start for the second start of this 46 Turn 2 Motorsports machine. You know, they planned to run Daytona when Drew, because they couldn't get their plans organized in time, but did make the field in Atlanta, did finish the race, albeit a demo derby race at that. But well, a top 10 for this new organization would be fantastic, as they are one of the couple of new organizations that are that have joined this race, joined recently, or are going to join it after this race.
Yeah, Lev is going to take the spot around Chris. Running now, should be in the 7th position. And how about Lion? D&Q'd Atlanta is now running top 10 at Texas. I mean, vengeance after not making the race. I mean, this is a Syria Motorsports truck. This team has a lot of expectations, but honestly, Lion has not lived up to it. Had a good run at Daytona, but flat out D&Qing Atlanta is not what this team wants. Lion's trying to prove everyone wrong here, running that high lane here, which can work on some occasions. Can he get the runoff exit? Don't think so, especially with a little bit of help with the 52 pushing Lev. 52 again being new this week. Trying to make his way forward. Gino Kep as well, but mid-pack is just a mess. Cezernia just got the bumper from Timmy, and now Butler tries to get inside.
Yeah, we got a bit of a mess here between rookies and some veterans and bushwhackers, even as starting to see, I think some guys like Gino Kep work their way through the field. I think actually Gino Kep's got to crack the top 10 here, get by Lion and Conroy Rosario. Obviously, Gino Kep has not looked great these first two races. I mean, look at the setout improve. Look at the setout improve. Like, he was definitely seen as the dominant driver coming into the season. Everyone thought he was going to dominate, but so far hasn't done that at all. Looking and definitely a rebound in the works. He could definitely soon get up to this lead with the pace he's on.
Yeah, fly by the field here. You see the whole field. It's still a mess in the back of the pack. Everyone's trying to work things out, but the top 3 just continue to gap the field. It is a really, really good start for this top 3 here, as they have been about 2 seconds from 4th on pack for practically this entire run so far. Luke has not been able to recover from the early struggles. Chris is still moving forward, looking to get back up into the top 5 around the Lab Nuke. New making an appearance, and again, Lev hanging around Conroy Rosario, and here's Petey in the 88.
Yeah, he got better in ovals later in the season, but obviously, still mainly a super speedway guy. But to the outside of Gino Kep now.
Yeah, just trying to go ahead.
Look at Gino Kep on the inside of Lion there. Conor Rosario looks like he's going to be in trouble here, maybe. Oh, never mind. Lion's going to check up, and that's going to stall the whole field out.
Yeah, great run from the top lane there. Conroy Rosario's going to clear. Side by side up ahead of him here. And again, Chase is just running away. I mean, great run early on for him. Just setting the pace early that all these guys are going to have to keep up with. Supra running in the back. That's our Atlanta winner, struggling early on behind Nathan Skull on the 87, making his debut. Supra trying to move his way forward, but it's looking tough right now.
Got way up the track back there. That's Matt and Twan Hamilton, I believe.
Yeah, struggle so far for these guys back here. Mike Baxter's drifted back. Dakota Littleberry running back here, but it's early on in this race, 19 laps in, a lot is gonna happen. Just gotta focus forward here. Still a long way to go as Timmy is falling back. I thought there was contact early in the race between Chris and Timmy. I'm not sure, but ever since I noticed that, Timmy is just gone on a free fall, and now under pressure from Nacho, and here's Saucy in the one truck trying to make a move.
As Chase has put a 1 second gap to Mythical and Juan. Chase looking bad out of the gates here to start.
And these two might actually race side by side for second here. I'm not sure. Can Juan get to the inside of Mythical? He just might. Look at the rookie putting the pressure on the Cup veteran to the bottom. And how about Juan back to second here at Texas?
Wonder if Luke is reeling these two in. I think it looks like he might be Luke, Lab Nuke, Chris maybe even.
Yeah, a few guys are beginning to reel in. this top three, specifically second and third, but how about Juan racing the Cup veteran and making a pass? I mean, that is exactly how you do it. Oh, but Mythical might look back under, but what a middle of the corner by Juan is going to keep the spot for Mythical. And despite them battling, Chase is still only about a second ahead. They are keeping him at bay. Chase has to continue to be very perfect here. But ever since he got the lead about 15 laps ago, he has just ran away and has not looked back. And the rest of the field are just trying to find a solution. But with all this racing back here, it's really hard to make moves. How about JJO trying to make moves? First truck start of the year. There's a lot going on with him, but right now he is just focused on this race, and he's going to slide up the track and clear Raptor, but still side by side with the lane now in the 20.
Yeah, to add JJO, obviously, switching rides in the Xfinity Series, at least, due to a big situation that occurred that's been heavily covered with already. JJO, one of the best at Texas, one of the defending Texas winners. He won the Texas 2-Day last season with the same SKU Motorsports team, and looking for his second Truck Texas win in a row and in his career. Well, his third Texas win in his career. He has one in Cup as well.
Yeah, there's Nacho still trying to move forward, but he's kind of gone into a stalemate in terms of track position, battling a lot of rookies here. Here's Misty trying to move forward. Cesarnia's been on free fall. He isn't going anywhere. I mean, with all the racing going on back here, you would think Cesarnia would be able to shine and maybe grab some spots, but he's actually been losing spots. And oh, trouble! Trouble right ahead of him! Oh, hard hit! That's Saucy Sausage! And a bunch of other trucks! Oh man, Brandon Del Pino! That's Whiskers in the 27. That was right in front of Cesarnia. Big crash. That's 2 Syria trucks. Blade is involved. Big trouble at Texas. Caution is out here. Chase is our leader, and that was right in front of Cesarnia. I don't even know how it happened, but there were 2 trucks spinning up ahead here, and chaos ensued here. Only lap 25, and we get our first caution of the day here. A few guys in the back got away unscathed, including our first timer Nathan, but looks like we have a lot of drivers in the back here that are in trouble. Let's take a look at what happened to bring out our first yellow. Whoa, 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 wait a minute. Chase has a problem. He's coming over the radio. Chase has a problem. He just said engine has expired. I can't get it in the gear. What has just happened to the Apex Autosport driver Chase? We were just about to look at a replay. Now he's on the apron saying he's lost power. Oh.
Absolutely devastating blow for what looked like to be a dominant effort for Apex Autosport coming off the heels of their Atlanta win.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a look at what happened to the accident and we'll monitor this 04 truck.
Alright, tell you what happened here. We're going to turn 3 into the cover in Cesarnia. Saucy Sausage just loses it, gives him the 57 of Brandon Del Pino. Both go hard to the wall. Raptor slams the 1, and then Whiskers slams the 57. There's nowhere for the other guys in the back to go. All of them getting collected, and I highly doubt I see any of these guys continue this race.
Yeah, just rough blows for a bunch of rookies. Some that have barely been able to get going this year. A lot of accidents for some of these guys. You see Twan Hamilton pulling into the garage as Mike Baxter does. And then, of course, Chase having his issue. Let's take another look at what happened. Let's go on board with Matt. He had a front row seat. Slight contact, but minimal damage. I overheard that the team came in to change some right side tires due to the contact, but both Jan's Racing drivers get by the wreck. Let's get back to the restart. Back underway at Texas, Chase out of the race. The engine expired and he was barely able to limp his car to pit road. Chase, who's been the dominant driver of the day, will not finish today's race. And now this race is wide open. Mythical out front. Here comes Luke to the inside trying to take the second spot from Juan. Chris is still hanging on. And how about Lion running with his teammate for Syria Motorsports up in the top 10?
Yeah, and look at this Luke. Juan's gonna shut the door on Luke. Impressive stuff there as he tries to run down this number 9 at Mythical. As the mechanical issue from Chase gives the reins of this race to Mythical, and that's obviously a very, very dangerous thing to do with a Cup veteran like him. Oh my goodness, Gino kept deep send to the inside of Chris. Back behind, this is for 5th, as Gino kept coming from, I think, around the mid-20s or so. Yeah, he started 20th, looking to get this lead for the first time today.
Ooh, big move from Labnuke. Peeked under Juan there in the middle of 1 and 2. But Luke says, I'm going to also look to the inside. If Labnuke drives it in, he can maybe keep the spot. But no, Luke drives it in. But how about Gino Cap? Telling Luke to get out of the way. Tries to get to the inside, but just can't carry momentum. And Juan will still hang on the second. But Mythical again out front. And now he's going to try and pull away and do what Chase did as everyone else back here. Butler on back. All these guys are just trying to hang on. You cannot let this group run away from you. But it looks like right now the top 8's trying to set sail here, only 33 laps in.
Yeah, Newt tail end of this group. Newt was the defending winner at this date. He won the date here last season, obviously, that was part of 3 SW Motorsports wins in a row. He won 2 of those. The other SW Truck video here struggling, it looks like, back out of this field.
Casernia as well.
Trying to make his way through.
Yeah, we were just talking about Casernia. I mean, I heard the radio. There was no radio. He is just silent. I don't know what's going on with this 33 truck, but it seems things are not going his way, and just trying to move his way forward at the tail end of this group. Just trying to get going here as he battles Timmy. There's AC in the 51. But right now, bad day for the veteran so far, who has experience at this racetrack, just can't get it done. And right now is now Gino Kep up to second. And if you're Mythical, this is one of those drivers that I would be a little bit worried of, because Gino Kep has a lot of experience and is one of the truck veterans and probably the best truck driver in this field. And now he has the chance to run down Mythical and maybe take that top spot. But Juan trying to hold serve, but Gino Kep will get a bit of a better run off exit. But Mythical still holds the lead for the time being.
Yeah, slide to the field here real quick. Gino Kep in second. We haven't seen much of this dude, as I said earlier. The reins still reminding in his hands. He had 3 wins last season. Obviously not a title, as he got eliminated in the round of 8. Looking to avenge that, obviously, and take home a truck title. And obviously he'll be running rides elsewhere in Xfinity Cup this season, but this is clearly the running for points.
Yeah, he'll be running the 38 tomorrow. Not running the Cuppers, running the 38 tomorrow for the Xfinity Series. And I mean, he's been adamant about early in the year, saying, I have not lived up to my expectations. Got a top 10 at Daytona and was running well at Atlanta, but ended up getting caught up in a wreck. And he said, I should be out here leading these races. I shouldn't even have to worry about getting taken out by another truck. But it has just not been the case so far this year. But now Gino Kep has gotten away from the troubles that's happening back in the pack here, and is now trying to move forward. Chris is in free fall mode. At one point running in the top 5 since the start of the race, is now paddling 3 wide in the mess of trucks. Fortnite ST Fun is now back here as well.
Yeah, it looks like we're starting to really see the pace get settled in here. The top 10 or so have practically, not even the top 10, more like the top 7 or so have broken away from the rest of the field, it looks like. And unless our caution comes out with that kind of gap now, I highly doubt they'll catch back up, unless somebody is really, really quick in this group.
I mean, Petey has just not had a very good day today. We talked about Casernia. He's still back there. Just some guys, despite having experience, just don't have the race pace. This doesn't have to be a skill thing. It could just be maybe not the best setup under the truck, but there are a few veterans that I think if they get ahead of this group could run these guys down. Butler has a fast truck, but right now he's able to lead this group, but can't really gain on the group ahead of him. So right now, looks like right now this is our group. And a part of this group, Gino Kep looks to the inside, but Mythical had the better runoff exit. Will stay clear for now. What will Gino Kep do in 1 and 2?
Yeah, Gino kept looking and looking. He looked at it inside of the straightaway. Maybe try to get Mythical aware of the inside. Maybe see about running him to the outside here in turn 3 and 4. Let's see if he tries it again.
Has a run.
He looks,
No.
but there's nothing there. Mythical's got the run.
Yeah, Mythical has way more speed through the middle of the corner, and Gino Kep right there is just waiting. We're not even halfway yet. Gino Kep has a lot of time, just has to stay patient. But here's the thing, there are other drivers behind him that are not going to be as patient, like Juan and Lion, the rookies in this group. They are not going to be as patient, and they may want to get to the front if having the opportunity. But right now with Gino Kep, I'm sure he's content running here right now, but I'm sure if he gets a good opportunity, he's going to go for it. And this truck series, hang on, I'm going to interrupt myself because here comes Gino Kep. Gets a good run down to the bottom. Can he clear? Can he lead the lap? Not just yet. Mythical gets the lap. But here comes Gino Kep. What will he do down in the 1 and 2? Will he drive it in? No, actually the opposite. Mythical drives it in. Can he clear? Yes, once again. Just no. Not just yet. I think Gino Kep can still drive it in 3 and 4. Maybe try and side draft. Oh, they're so close.
Juan got too high. Gino still looking at the inside. Can't do it. Last lap he took advantage. Mythical had a pretty poor center of the corner off an exit of 4. Now Gino Kep got a run. Gino Kep still looking. He really wants that lead, but just can't get it.
Man. I mean, this is the battle of 2 heavyweights. One of the best cup drivers in the field and debatably the best truck driver in the field as of right now. But who has the better truck? Looks like Gino Kep's trying to prove it. Down to the bottom trying to take the lead once again. Same scenario as the last few laps, but Gino Kep has not been able to do it. How about this time? Drives it in. Oh man, it might be the same thing again. What will Mythical do? Just keep the spot, it looks like. Yeah, Gino Kep not clear. Now he is just going to settle in behind, or will he drive it in again? No, Mythical clears. Oh, Juan is a big run. Now Juan's going to try and take the second spot. Maybe a slight bit of contact to the bumper. But this top 7 all under a blanket, single file, following the Knight of Mythical, who just can't get away.
Yeah, and what a battle he had there. Gino Kep looked several times and just couldn't get anything done. Is now look at New to the inside of the rookie Juan. New looking to maybe get his way up here and join his partner. Look at Lion in 5th place. Actually, that moved my loud Lion try to backdoor to the outside of New, but no run is there. So things will remain still for the time being.
Yeah, great run for Lion so far. And now Supra's making his way. He's up into the top 10. By now, he cannot catch this first group. He's going to need some things to go his way. But back in the top 10. And how about Nathan Scala running now in the 12th position? This team that he replaced, the 06 truck, was struggling to even crack the top 20. But currently in his first start is running higher than the 06 ever ran in the first 2 races, up to 12th, and maybe has a chance to take 11th, but Supra slightly holding him up. And Petey looking to the bottom with Butler for 8th. Great battles back here. None of these guys can shake each other one bit.
Yes, a lot of great battling here. This is Nathan Scala. His team in Scala Family Racing, I believe it is. Yes, it is. Took the assets of the former 06 team. As Mythical has lost the lead now.
Yeah.
Now lost second to Juan. Might lose 30 to Lion. And just to interrupt myself, just out of nowhere too. And now Lion's looking to the inside of his teammate Juan, maybe? No. And we have an actual outside line.
I mean, when we talk about a great group of rookie drivers, we weren't fully sure who was going to stand out above the rest. What a move by Luke here if this works out, and the Lion will shut the door. But But when we talk about these rookies, when we came into Daytona, no one was going to know anything about who was going to be the best rookie. Juan had a great run at Daytona and was one of the few to keep up with the leaders, and also won the pole at Atlanta and came home with the top 10. And now here he is at Texas, pole again, and he is battling the best of the best. And how about his teammate Lion? Was also a top 10 truck at Daytona. Of course, the NQ at Atlanta, but when it comes to rookie drivers showing themselves, you got to look at the entire Syria Motorsports bunch. We've even seen good runs out of Blade early in the year. This Syria Motorsports team is fast, and how about the bump drafting at Texas by the teammates? Juan might have gotten the lap. It was tight. No, Gino Kep gets the lap. Will Lion stay behind his teammates? It looks like it, because Juan's going to drive it in and clear. Juan back to the lead at Texas, but the crossover by Gino Kep. What a move.
Gino Kep looking to the inside here, looking for that lead right back, and he has it right back. Mythical actually popped out, trying to get by Gino Kep, and that's what allowed Gino Kep to do that crossover. Now Gino Kep is right back to the lead here.
Man, that is just a veteran move right there. Juan was clear, he had to take it, but Gino Kep knew right there, I have an opportunity to take it back. I'm not going to waste any time. But now Mythical back to the inside. What a race we're having here at Texas. And just like I was talking about a little bit earlier, these truck physics are unbelievable because the drag is unbelievable that it keeps the field a bit competitive. I think New just moved Lion out of the way. It keeps this field more competitive with how much draft there is at most racetracks. There are a few tracks that are going to stand out, like the short tracks and the road courses, but when it comes to, of course, the super speedways and the intermediates, this is going to be the norm. Of course, a little bit different today is we actually have a small group of trucks running away compared to Atlanta, where the field was able to stay together. But still, no one can shake each other in this group, even the veterans like Mythical and Gino Kep. Speaking of Gino Kep, right back down to the bottom, and wow, he's just going to clear right away. Bad corner from Mythical.
Yeah, they got a little tight there, too. Almost made contact. I thought they were possibly going to wreck each other there. But Mythical is going to lose a bunch of time, too. If you see about regaining it here.
He might. He has a little bit of a run. Kind of steps out to the bottom, but doesn't really have anything. I think he's just going to settle back in line here. Had a good entry, but got a little bit tight in the middle. And Gino Kep will hold the lead. As I'm hearing a report, Timmy is complaining about power steering. He is saying the power steering is gone from that 99 truck, and he is barely hanging on. Timmy is gone in 99. Power steering gone in that truck. Just struggling to hang on. Maybe going to hope for a few cautions here to maybe get him some free track position, but right now just struggling to hang on and has lost this group back here. Nacho not having a good run, still Caesarnia back here, but this is around 8th all the way back to the mid-20s, and Timmy running 26, so not a good run for him so far this year, but back here it's still not calm at all. Butler still leads this group back here, as up front Gino Kep and Mythical still battling Lion. This is his breakout race. He's having a great run.
Yeah, it seems like we've seen a series, at least one of these series trucks have an outstanding performance every race. We've already seen Juan to stand out the whole year. We've seen Blade, we've seen Lion, we've also seen Brandon have a good performance at Atlanta before he got involved in that incident with Matthew. This has definitely been the strongest team, and it's been a shock how good this team is. They started as a 4-car organization right off the dot, and you usually think they wouldn't be good with that kind of size that early on. But they've basically defied all odds in this category, and they have ran a extremely competitive 4-truck team.
Yeah, I don't know fully who's going to be the better driver for this team this year. Juan's standing out, but after seeing Lion right now, keep in mind he's already at a points deficit with the D&Q. There was one less start on his resume. Yet, he is up here proving that, hey, I can run with the best. Of course, had a mistake at Atlanta, but he's not worrying about that right now. He sees a win inside his 57 laps in. We're getting down to it. He sees these front pack, and I don't think anyone in this front pack is going to be able to run away. So he sees an opportunity to win. He's going to pounce on it. Back to the inside of Mythical again. Has been able to complete the pass the first few times. And I think this is the skill disparity here. Mythical can just drive that car so much better. But Lion, the confidence to keep trying that move is going to set him apart from other rookies. And I've seen New run into the back about 3 trucks already. He is trying his hardest to get to the front, but just he's been stuck in like 4th and 5th this entire race. Just can't get by these guys. Just stuck. Ooh, now he has an opportunity. The teammates might have made a little bit of contact, but Juan just shuts the door.
Yep, Juan looking to get back to P3 here, battling with a teammate for the spot. This is pretty good for the top 2 if they keep battling, but we have not seen these battles last for long. And same case will remain, as now they have their own battle. Mythical is battling for the lead here. And I think Mythical is going to get it back here, potentially. Oh, a huge, big run for Gino Kev in the center of 1 and 2. Mythical got a good run off the exit of 2, though. Won't be able to clear him this time. Might have a good chance to clear him in 3 and 4 here. Let's see what happens.
Mythical's going to drive it in. Ooh, Gino Kev's up the racetrack. Mythical should take this spot. But has Gino Kev found some grip in that 3rd groove? Maybe just a little bit to at least stay alongside him. But Mythical gets the left leg. What a battle between 2 heavyweights. And the other 5, they're basically just spectators watching these 2 do battle. Can Mythical clear for the lead? Or can Gino Kev make another move? Mythical can't clear. Gino Kev still to the outside. I think Mythical has to drive in if he wants to clear, and I think that's what he did. Here comes New in the 52. What a run. He has an opportunity now to pounce. Mythical basically clear to the lead, but now New sees an opportunity to take it. 2 cup drivers side by side for the lead, but Mythical will almost be able to shut the door. Here comes New in the 52. Now Juan back into the picture.
2 side by side, like I said earlier, New is defending winner of this track. Would love to get another win here. He has been one of the best bushwhackers, especially in trucks. He got 2 wins for his first 2 starts bushwhacking last season. He is one of the best at it, and well, looking for the lead there. Can't get it on that 9 of Mythical though.
Yeah, what a battle we've had here at the front. Of course, we've talked about the mess in the back that still isn't that calm. JGO has finally seen the top 10, but not for long. Raptor, how about Raptor in the 48 into the top 10? What a performance for him. Fortnite SD Fun hanging along. I mean, with that wreck early on that took out about...
Whoa, huge contact between Jimmer Fredette and Supra.
Yeah, Jimmer Fredette had to get out of the gas there. That wreck that took out about 6 to 7 drivers. Give some of these guys that are maybe a bit deeper in points an opportunity to at least just gain some spots and try and get by a few guys in points while you still can, while it's early. And Raptor is one of those guys that have struggled early on in the year. Had an okay run at Daytona. He was in the thick of things at the end, but Atlanta just did not go his way. I think a top 10 for Raptor would definitely boost his morale heading in the next race. And of course, we've seen Chris run well, but some guys have just been way better than others. Petey is just not having the day he wanted at all. Just lack of speed out of a few of these veterans. I mean, this proves that these rookies are catching on very quickly. We saw at Daytona, it was all veterans. In Atlanta, we saw a mix, but now at Texas, we are seeing a bigger group. We see Juan getting two straight poles. We see Lion up here. We saw Lev earlier, Chris earlier. We are seeing new drivers up at the front, and I think as the season goes on, it will get even more even. There's still going to be the few that are quicker, but when it comes to the amount of rookies contending for the win, I think by, I don't know, race 7, race 8, race 9, for all we know, we could have some more rookies in the Winners Club. We already got one with Supra, and there are a lot more that are still hungry for a win, and more that still could show up before the season's done, and they will be even hungrier than the ones racing right now. And this is why this truck series is so exciting this year compared to previous years. And I mean, we're seeing with this racing, these guys cannot shake each other. Juan trying to get back under new for second, and Lion still hanging on, battling Luke.
Yeah, as stat rookie class, and obviously a lot of the truck veteran teams are still left. They're not the most consistent. They'll have some days where they're fantastic, but some where they're not the greatest. As you see with PD, that was kind of the story of his organization last season anyway. But Mythical, as we see here though, starting to run away once more from these guys. Juan in the second, Ladnuke in the third. He's been sniffing this top 5 for a while, but hasn't been able to enter it. Now finally entering it. See what he can do maybe as he's broken into the top 5 for the first time today.
He was right on Juan's bumper. I think tried to get him arrow loose, but Juan was not threatened. Actually was able to get the runoff exit and keep that spot. Maybe trying to run down Mythical. Juan's going to gain a lot of respect, I think. Atlanta was a bit of an issue for him. Of course, that move that took out a few trucks last week might have not have made some drivers very happy, but a way to gain back your respect is, of course, being competitive like he is, winning poles, but also being able to stay up with these guys and just race cleanly. We haven't seen him make much contact with basically anyone, and is passing trucks cleanly and running away from trucks. I mean, he's gaining a lot of respect, and as a rookie in this series with so many of them, these veterans are looking for the ones that stand out above the rest, and Juan is one that's doing that right now. Great run for him, as suddenly the battle for 8th just got crazy. Butler's lost that 8th spot that he's had for about the last 30 laps. He wants it back. I mean, these guys back here, if they want a caution, they can easily cause one. It is chaos back here. Oh man! Casernia, maybe tired of that 69 truck, tried to make a move. I mean, these guys are desperate for track position, but right now they're just not getting it. They can get as high as 8th, but they can't do anything else. These guys are all racing each other harder than the leaders are. These guys are angry. These guys are just hungry to get some spots, but there's only so many up for grabs, and when the first pack is 6 seconds ahead of you, I mean, what can you do? Someone ran way up the track. It might have been Chris. Oh, Misty got into Nacho there a little bit. Here's Matt still battling back here. Those tires haven't really done much for him. Tire fall off a little bit, but not as much as I think we thought, because Matt has not been able to move forward that much. Just crazy racing back here. If this was the battle for the lead, I would believe it the way these guys are racing, but it's just chaos. Elaine up in the 8th. Now she's the one leading this group. She's had a solid start to her year, but again, back at the front, it's a carbon copy just with less trucks.
Yeah, definitely. As Gino kept Feigl back up to second. Now looking to hunt down that number 9 of Mythical. See if he can, in fact, do it. As Ladnuke is there, but now Lion looked to his inside. I wonder, maybe we see a situation. Oh, Gino kept right to the inside of Mythical. I'll interrupt myself there. As side by side, the Ladnuke gets the Ladnuke with the Mythical, but can Gino kept get it in the 1 and 2.
We've seen this many times already today with the exact same 2 drivers. Mythical's done such a good job wrapping that middle lane, but I think Gino Cap's actually going to hang with him this time. Now is where he needs to drive it in, I think. Run Mythical up the track. Racing him cleanly, but oh man, it's so close. So close off exit. Almost contact for 3rd as well. Minimal side drafting as well. This is just pure pace out of these 2 trucks to hang on to the top spot. Ooh, now Gino Cap drives it in just a little bit more. Can he grab it? He is there. He's there. Oh man, this is so tight. This could be for the win with under 10 laps to go. Oh, lot going on back here. These guys are running each other up the racetrack almost 4 wide. And Gino Cap clear to the lead, and here comes Lion. Lion says, I want an opportunity to spoil the party. He looks to the inside of Mythical, and maybe even the leader. Gino Cap up the racetrack. What can Lion do? Can he get alongside Gino Cap? I don't think so. I think Gino Cap will hold. Mythical's going to give him a good push down the back straightaway, but what a fight from the rookie. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. Ooh, what a corner from Juan. Gets right along the white line and gets under new. But now Gino Kep's in control. Will there be any more fight from Mythical? We are now down to 8 to go at Texas.
Yeah, but what a insane that I had there. I was wondering before that, maybe we see a situation, maybe something to Atlanta on the last restart where the dominant guys battle the ton and somebody from further way back came out of nowhere to win the thing. I was wondering maybe something like that could happen here with these last sets of Texas, especially with how Gino Kep and Mythical are battling.
Yeah, Gino Kep's clear now, and we've kind of seen spurts of this all day where we saw this with Chase earlier. Able to get around a second lead before getting dragged back in, and that happens in around 9 to 10 lap increments. So if the math is correct, Gino Kep could be able to hang on with this, but I just don't think Mythical's going to let this slip away from him. He's still hanging on, and ooh, he had a great entry, but not as good of an exit. Gino Kep is so good off the exit of the corner, and Lion, he doesn't care that Mythical's trying to catch the leader. He wants to catch the leader himself, and that's by making a pass on the 83. Oh my goodness, the second pack, unbelievable. And this is all with right around 5 laps to go. This is chaos, and we are starting to see a few guys just begin to slip back slightly. We might see this might be a 2 to 3 truck battle for the win, because we're seeing a few of them just slightly slipping back here before the end of this one. Coming to 5 to go. Gino Kep in control.
Yeah, we have Mythical lurking here, possibly looking for this win. Huge battling in the back, further on backfield. That's why we haven't seen anybody get caught, and I doubt anybody gets lapped here at the end of this race.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
A ton of battling here, 2x2, 3x3
I
throughout the field.
I mean, remember when Elaine and Butler were running away from this field? Now they're in the tail end of it. That high side is the worst at this racetrack. We've seen a few be able to make it work, but when you're up there, you're just in no man's land, and you're seeing it right now. I mean, if you're just tuning in, you would think JJO is leading this race, but no, there's a whole group ahead, and Mythical proves it. Takes the lead with under 5 laps to go. Can Gino Kep get it back? I just don't know where to look. I mean, when I'm watching a battle back here for 10th, 11th, everywhere I'm back, and there's another whole battle up here. Where do the cameras pan to? It is unbelievable at the front. 3 laps to go. Mythical's in control.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe Mythical could have this. As you see, if Juan gets to the inside of Gino Kep, that could be all what Mythical needs for a win. But that's not going to happen as Gino Kep started running it back down here. We're coming to 2 to go here in Texas as Luke gets Lion way out of the way. And it looks like Lab Nuke and probably Lion will be out of this battle for the win. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Texas, and Gino Kep is running down that number 9 in Mythical. Can he get to his inside? Oh no, Mythical's at the track. There's a mistake. There's a mistake potentially. Can Gino Kep get that inside?
He does.
Side by side, but lead down the back straightaway. Coming in 3 and 4. Or they're still side by side. Juan lurking in the picture if anything big happens. Here's Gino Kep. He has taken the lead here in Texas. Coming to the white flag.
Man. Juan is right there. White flag is out in the NAPA Truck Series. Gino Kep is out front, and it seems it might be him or Juan. Unless a Mythical can get a run up top, but they are side by side slowing each other down. Gino Kep might have this. Luke makes a move on New behind him. Gino Kep, one of the dominant drivers in this series, might just get win 1 of the year. Juan clear to second. And off turn 4. Gino Kep, with a pass with 2 laps to go, he wins at Texas.
And it is yet another heartbreak for the Sunbelt program, and that has already seen at least 3 of them this season.
Oh my goodness, as we watch the last few come across the line, Gino Kep gets it done, and Sunbelt will still have to wait to get one of their drivers in victory lane. Wow, what a race. Let's take a look at the finishing results. Let's take a look at the top 10 here after Texas. Gino Kep gets it done. First win of the year. He's into the playoffs. Juan second. He's going to get a win before the season is done. I just know it. This rookie is a standout, and there are definitely going to be some teams watching him as this season goes on to see if he can keep it up. Of course, he's a rookie, got a lot to learn still. Hopefully he can keep his cool, and hell, with the skill we have seen so far, he is looking to set himself well for the future. Mythical comes home third, new fourth. Luke gets another top 5, but just, I know he's dying for that first win. Lion, what a performance by the rookie, comes home 6th. Labnuke in 7th. JJO 8th. PD 9th. And how about Raptor does get a top 10. Great run for him. That's his first top 10 of the year. Few other drivers. Nacho comes on 11th. Nathan Scala for his first start. Give him a 14th place finish. What a great day for him. Butler 15th. Chris had some speed. He finished 16th. Supra 20th. And then back to the later portion of the field. Here we have some of our DNFers. There's Chase. There's Saucy. And then the rest of the DNFs. Dakota Littleberry. Brandon. He's had a tough year. Same as Blade. Whiskers. Just one accident, but that accident took out a lot of trucks. And then, of course, Chase, who had his engine failure. Just tough day, but he'll have another opportunity in the Xfinity Series race. And back to you, Mac. Well, third race of the NAPA Truck Series is done, and we have had some cinematic races in all three, but, I mean, after this race concludes, how do you feel about all this?
I mean, Gino Kep breaks the win seal for the season, but, well, the biggest thing might be, I wonder who might, when it comes into the playoffs eventually down the road, who is going to stop those Syria Motorsports trucks?
I mean, yeah, we are just seeing insane speed out of those teams. We've seen speed out of a lot of rookies so far, but when it comes to qualifying, Syria Motorsports prevails, but also when it comes to the race, very few rookies can keep up with actual race pace, but Juan has been one of them, and we just saw Lion do it as well. I mean, when you're looking towards the playoffs, you know it's going to be filled with veterans, but you know, Juan, he's looking like someone that could really contend for a playoff spot. Of course, we already have rookie Supra in the playoffs on Apex Autosport. I mean, it's only race 3, but these rookies are only going to get better, and the field is going to get even more competitive. And it's going to be a great year, and we're going to see a lot more crazy racing just like today. Well, that's going to do it for race 3 of the NAPA Truck Series at Texas. I hope everyone enjoyed, and tomorrow, we have the Xfinity Series coming into town, and then the Cup Series on Sunday. So another full slate of NAPA racing. But me, Dylan, and Mac in the booth, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see y'all next time. Congratulations to Gino Kep.